Hello and welcome to CDT day 46. I got yesterday's number wrong. Yesterday was day 45 and I think I said 44 in the video. I'll have to go back and check, but if y'all put together a poll and put in your money in the pot for which day I would get wrong first, whoever had day 45, you win. So today's 46, it's Sunday, June 12th, and I had a fun day. It was a difficult day hiking wise. I love ascending, and flats of course are fast, but I would rather ascend than descend. I don't like to go down, especially if it's got a rocky path to it, or I should say rocks are on the trail. I just don't like it. So today I hiked about 6 miles on the CDT proper, and then I did a side trip, and today's side trip was on the Colorado Trail, and I got to hike the Colorado Trail in 2009, and one of my favorite parts on the trail was dropping down into Elk Creek Trail or Elk Creek drainage. The views are amazing and it's absolutely just gorgeous. However, it is a drop. I don't know what the feet, like how many thousands of feet, but I want to say you drop from above 12,000 down to, I think it's 9. Maybe it's 10. I'm gonna have to double check it. But it's gorgeous. So I got to stop and look at and enjoy the views. But at the same time, it was a lot of work going down. Once you get to the bottom, you actually cross over the narrow gauge narrow gauge railroad that goes from Silverton to Durango, and then you immediately start switchbacking up to I think it's more than I know it's more than 1,000 feet. It's something crazy, like 36 switchbacks or 48 switchbacks. I can't remember. I remember in 2009 the Colorado Trail Foundation was excited because they had just finished those switchbacks, because I guess the old trail wasn't the best. So so you switch back up. You don't go all the way back up to 12. I don't know what the elevation is. It's, I think, 10 something, but you end up at Molas Lake. There's a big Molas Lake and a little Molas Lake, and then by the Molas Lakes there's a campground and a camp store. So I sent a resupply box there. So instead of going into Silverton, I sent a resupply to the campground store, and I'm camping at the campground tonight. So I have a bathroom, I have running water so I don't have to filter water. I have a designated spot like right on the lake, and it actually kind of reminds me, here I'm going to twist around. Hopefully that worked because I couldn't see the screen. But it kind of reminds me of Lake Maxinkuckee up in Culver, Indiana. And during summer camps there, you know, we'd have 100% humidity and 93-degree temperatures, and it would just feel like a big sweat box. And then occasionally, like maybe once a week during the 6 weeks, we'd have a cool breeze that would come over the lake and just kind of cool everything down, and it was absolutely wonderful. And so right now we have a breeze that's keeping the mosquitoes away and it's kind of cooling everything down. So it's kind of reminding me of Lake Maxinkuckee, except Lake Maxinkuckee doesn't have mountains, so a little different. I've already stretched, got my tent set up, everything's done. The food's just sitting in the pot to rehydrate, and then I'll eat and go to bed. Tomorrow I will I'll sort my resupply. I just asked the store to hold on to it so it's not on my campsite, but I'll ask the store I'll get my resupply from the store, and I will sort it and then hike back to the CDT, which the hike down was difficult, however beautiful. Hiking 12.5 miles back to the CDT with 4.5-ish days of food, and yes, we'll drop down immediately, but then we'll have that huge up, like the 2,000 plus feet back up to the mountain pass. I'm sure I will probably think to myself, this was the worst idea ever, but at least I got some nice views. For those of you who've noticed that I have a red nose, when I left New Mexico and got into Colorado, I took my Tilly hat, which was the hat that had the wide brim, and I sent it home because I used that in the desert. And I forgot, when the Tilly hat with the wide brim goes away, you have to put sunscreen on your nose. So I remembered the ears, and I remembered the forehead and stuff, but for some reason I forgot to dab my nose. So I have a Rudolph nose, and I've been putting lotion on it at night and putting sunscreen during the day. So hopefully red nose will go away in a little bit. So today's shout out is to sunscreen. Great stuff if you remember to use it. I'm gonna let you all go. I'm gonna go mix my food, see if it's ready. With the wind, it's a little bit chilly, and it's been a long few days. Today was supposed to be 18 miles. Yesterday ended up being 21 miles. The day before was, I think, 18. The day before that was 19, nearly 20. It was like 19.8. So it was a hard 4 days. But today's hike, instead of being 18 miles, ended up being 20. And the reason why is when I was going through some willows on a descent, one of the willow branches grabbed the knife that I have in my pocket and pulled it out. So I got about a mile away, and I reached in to grab my handkerchief to blow my nose, and I was like, where's my knife? So I had to backtrack, and it ended up being, like I said, about a mile, and it was all uphill. So I got to do that section of the trail twice today. So that was an extra 2 miles, one up and one down, to retrieve my knife, which I did, thankfully. But today ended up being 20 miles, which I did not need, since there was a lot of descending today. Sitting here right now, I'm assuming that tomorrow will be a little bit better because I prefer to ascend, but we'll see how the video goes tomorrow. Once I lug 4.5 days of food up that Elk Creek drainage, because that thing is not, it's not kind. But anywhoosie, I hope you folks are enjoying the videos. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded them. My hope is tomorrow I'll leave the Molas Lake. I'll get the 12.5 miles back to trail. Maybe I'll get a few more on trail, but after that I'm hoping to pound out 18 or 19 miles a day, get into Creed in about 4 days, and then my hope is I will have a hotel with high-speed internet so I can upload all these videos, because I think we're in arrears by like 8 to 12. So congratulations if you folks had a pool for which day was incorrect. It was day 45 was the first day that was incorrect. Remember sunscreen, and hope you're all safe. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll talk to you folks tomorrow.